Addams learners, we are very excited to welcome you back to Addams starting on March 1st, 2021. I wanted to spend some time today talking about some very special things that we have in place in our school, things that will keep everybody safe and things that will make you feel better and happy about coming to school. Some of the areas that we're going to talk about today in this video would be the hallway and the lockers, classroom. We're also going to take a look at the cafeteria and the gym where we're going to be eating lunch, and we're also going to spend some time talking about the doors that you're going to come into at the start of the day and at the end of the day. Typically, all of you students are used to coming into a few doors based on your grade level, but this year we're going to change it and spread the kids out to multiple door entry points, and we'll talk a little bit about that as we start the video. We're also going to talk a little bit today about mask wearing and the importance of keeping the mask in the right location over your mouth and above your nose. So we're going to get started here in a few minutes. I'll take you on a tour of our wonderful building. We definitely miss all of you, and we're excited to see many of you back starting March 1st. Thank you. Okay, boys and girls, first thing we're going to talk about today is our lockers. As you can see, we have every other locker being used so that when you're here at school, whether it be Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday or Thursday, you will not have anybody next to you at your locker. One thing I want to talk about with lockers is the purpose of the lockers will be for your jacket, boots, and coats and stuff like that. You will be taking in your backpack or your bag of items into the classroom every day. The other thing I wanted to talk about is the hallway. So typically in our hallway, we do not have these arrows that are telling you what direction to go to. But one of the things that we thought would be a better way to keep all of our Addams learners safe would be to have arrows spaced apart to show students what direction to go to. So when you're walking down the halls this year, it's very important that you take a look and pay attention to these arrows that are guiding you in the right direction and stay on the right side of the hallway based on the arrow and to follow that direction. Okay, boys and girls, I want to talk about another important thing here. When you come back to school, we're all going to have these masks on that you see, and you're probably very used to using these masks since it's been about almost a year since we've had to wear them. I wanted to show you some signs that we're going to have throughout the building as reminders on how to wear a mask. So the first thing you should always remember, the mask should cover your nose and your mouth, just like you see in this picture right here. So throughout the building, no matter where you're going to be, even in some of your classrooms, you will see these signs that are going to say wear your mask, and they're going to remind you how to put the mask over your nose, over your mouth, and usually they have some kind of strap around the ear. So that one of the most important things in returning to school is to make sure that we have our masks on the right way. I also wanted to talk about our bathrooms. You know, this is a new addition to all of our bathrooms. We have what's called the maximum occupancy. So what that means is, whatever number you see right here on outside of any bathroom, that means no more than 3 kids can be in that bathroom at a time. So please, boys and girls, when you return to school and when it's time for you to use the restroom, just make sure you check this sign to make sure that you are not going into that bathroom if there are already 3 kids in there. One more thing that I wanted to talk about is a drinking fountain. So as you can see right here, we've covered up the spout for the drinking fountain, so that's not going to be able to be used. But what you're going to be able to use is your regular water bottle in the filling station right here. So please remember. Okay, boys and girls, I want to take you to another classroom and kind of show you what the setup might look like for you in your classroom. As you can see here, we have desk shields that the teacher is going to use when working with different students to keep both the students and the teacher safe. If you also take a look out here, you can see how we have 6 feet of distance in between all the tables, and they're only facing the front in one direction and only 1 student per table. So boys and girls, although your classroom may look different, what will be the same is you will have desk shields in there, you will have tables or desks 6 feet apart, 1 kid at each table, facing one direction. Okay, so I just wanted to welcome to the gym. It's also going to be where we eat lunch this year. So I want to talk a little bit about the process for eating lunch in this gym or in the cafeteria across the hall, because they'll be both set up the same way. As you can see here, we have each section has 3 sets of tables. Each section is for 1 teacher, and each table will only have 2 kids sitting at it, 1 at each end. So each kid will be 6 feet apart, socially distant at the table. It will be a colored dot specific for your teacher and your grade level. So you will always sit at the same spot, in the same section, at the same table. This is the best way that we can keep all of our students safe, and also the best way for us to know which kids were sitting at what specific table. The other thing that's going to be a little different with lunch this year is when you come into the cafeteria or the gym to have lunch, you're not going to be getting in the lunch line. You're going to come right to the table and sit right down. We will bring you the lunch. If you ordered a lunch, we'll bring it to you. It'll be a bag lunch. If you brought your own lunch, which has to be in a brown paper bag this year, we will have that at the end of the table. We also have to make sure that when we are eating lunch, we are not really talking. This is going to be the one and only time that we're going to have our masks off. So your mask has to be off when you're eating, but you're not going to be talking. So we're going to spend some time with some music in the background to help us relax, and while we're eating, we're going to have our masks off, but we're not going to be able to talk. So just... Okay, boys and girls, so you might recognize this location of the building because this is the door that we've always used to go outside to lunch recess after you finish eating. There's always a lot of excitement in this part of the hallway because kids are very happy to go outside and have a good time out there during recess. So I have good news. Even though things will be very different when you return to school, we are still going to have our daily lunch recess outside. And I wanted to take this time to kind of talk about our playground. We have a very, very large playground, and in order to keep all of our students safe, we are changing things this year as far as how and where you're going to be able to play at while you're on the playground. We will have different zones marked off on the large playground, and the zones will be for specific classrooms only. And we will rotate those zones where classrooms can play in every couple weeks. So you will be eating at the lunchroom or the cafeteria with students that are in your class, but separated by 6 feet. You're also going to be playing outside during lunch recess with only the students that are in your class. And then those students in that class will be given a certain zone or area to play in every week, and it'll rotate through so that all of our kids can have a chance to play at different parts of the play structure. Also, when you're lining up, we're going to do our best to try to keep 6 feet apart as we're walking, and we're going to also have to remember that same distance rule, social distancing rule, when you're coming back in from lunch recess. Okay, boys and girls and our Addams families, thank you again for taking this time to join me on taking an inside view on what our school is going to look like when we all return on March 1st. I wanted to also give a quick reminder to all of our families that we have a district protocol cleaning video that's out there for you to view on our YouTube page. There is also some videos on building tours for each of the buildings, so please check our website and YouTube page to watch both of those video clips. Last but not least, I will make sure to email all of your families. All of our families will be getting an email from me in a couple weeks. The email will have a link to this video. It'll be also, some links will be included to the district website and some of the cleaning protocols. Until then, hopefully you can all stay safe, and we'll see you soon.